50 Cent teased us with a photo that he uploaded on Instagram a few days ago, but what did he actually mean with Power Book 3 raising Kanan starting in the 80s? I break everything down about the timeline of Power Book 3 raising Kanan and how this spin-off will go on for 6 seasons, so make sure you stick around to the end of this video. Welcome back to MovieBot, and I'm going to break down the timeline for you and talk all things Power Book 3. Now, Power Book 3 is the one I'm personally looking forward to. This spin-off I think is going to be my personal favourite, just to see how Kanan, Tommy and Ghost grew up and what they did to become the ruthless, cold-blooded drug dealers that we saw in 6 seasons of Power. So for those of you that don't know, Power Book 3 Raising Kanan is going to be a prequel to the main show, with Mackay Curtis playing the younger version of Kanan, and it's going to be set in the 80s and 90s. Courtney Kemp has already said that we'll see Kanan growing up, and as he gets older he'll meet Tommy and Ghost when he's about 19 years old, so that's when he starts hooking up with Ghost and Tommy. But when we first come into Raising Kanan, he's about 15 years old, so it's going to take a while before we get to the teaser that we saw at the end of Power Season 6. And it's pretty simple. I've broken down the timeline of Power Book 3. The teaser we see at the end of Season 6 of Power is set in 1996, but Power Book 3 will be starting in the late 80s, just like 50 Cent teased in his Instagram post, before eventually moving on into the 90s. So like I said, the first part of Power Book 3 is going to be centered pretty much on Kanan's origin story and his life prior to meeting Tommy and Ghost. And if they want to bring in that scene and bring us into 1996, then they're going to have to put in a major time jump, which I don't think they're going to do, because there's so much more backstory that they can work with and what they need to show us. Now 50 Cent has already teased that Power Book 3 will be going on for around 6 or 7 seasons, and let's just say for argument's sake it does go on for 6 seasons that they say it will, just like the original show of Power. Courtney Kemp has already said that Ghost and Angela's storyline won't be played out in the first season, so I don't think we'll be reaching 1996 in the first season, and there won't be a time jump in the show. Well, not at first anyway. We'll more or less likely see that teaser we saw come in Season 2 or Season 3 of Raising Kanan. But just before I go ahead and talk more about Power Book 3, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be bringing you everything you need to know about the Power universe with news, updates, reviews and breakdowns, and I'm closing in on 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you're subscribed and on the journey with me. But back to Power Book 3 Raising Kanan, and there's so many storylines that we've heard about in the main show of Power that we still need to be seeing played out in Power Book 3, because they made heavy reference to a lot of them, and we need to see Angela and Ghost's storyline being played out. We got a glimpse of that in the teaser. We need to see how Ghost and Tommy met and how they became brothers, because Ghost was the one who stopped Tommy from being bullied because he was the only white in the neighborhood. And we definitely need to see Breeze. We know from the original show of Power that Ghost was the one who killed Breeze. He explained this to Tariq when he sat him down and told him that he got in the way of his future. So we're going to be introduced to Breeze as well, and I think he's going to be a major player in Power Book 3 Raising Kanan. We also know that Ghost's father was involved with some bad people and some drug dealers, and this was revealed when Ghost went to his uncle's bar in Power Season 6, and from what Uncle Gabe told us, he was killed by these drug dealers, and the rumours are that Kanan and Breeze was the one who killed Ghost's father. But don't be surprised if it was Ghost himself, because we've seen how the show of Power like father and son killings. We saw how Kanan killed his own son Sean, how Tommy killed his father Tony Teresi, and how Tariq shot Ghost. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ghost was the one who killed his own father. It's just something for you to think about. And we also need to see the storyline of Ghost and Tasha setting up Kanan with the faulty taillight, which ended up him being arrested and being sent to prison. But I don't think we'll be seeing that until the back end of the series, around Season 5 or Season 6. And don't forget, they were a little bit older when that happened, so if Tasha is being introduced in later in Power Book 3 Raising Kanan, could we see the original cast come back and play their original roles at the back end of Power Book 3? It's possible, we're just gonna have to wait and see. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see connections such as Effie being Kanan's daughter, because she was introduced in Season 6 of Power, and just a way of them connecting the Power universe and all of the series together, we could see how Effie was Kanan's daughter, but for her to return in Power Book 2 and play a major role in Season 2 onwards, because Courtney Kemp has already confirmed that Effie will be returning to Book 2, and it wouldn't be the first time that Effie has played Kanan's daughter either. She played 50 Cent's daughter in Den of Thieves, so that's just another one for you to think about, and I went into it in a lot more detail in this video, so I'll leave a link to it in the description and in the comment section down below. And one character that we are going to be seeing in Season 1 of Power Book 3 is Adi Chike Torbet. He's going to be playing the role of Scrappy. And Scrappy is a no-nonsense, stubborn teen who reluctantly keeps an eye on Kanan. He's supposed to be very street savvy and loyal to gang leader Rack. So what happens between Kanan and Scrappy is yet to be seen, because there's not many spoilers or anything like that out there about Power Book 3. But as I said before, when I do get news, you guys will be the first to get it. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit this video with a thumbs up and like. We're less than a month away from Power Book 2, which is airing on the 6th of September, and I'll be providing you with reviews and breakdowns weekly. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.